I'm at the trial, People versus Conrad Murray. Today was jury selection, but I would like to talk about another trial that's not being publicised at all, and that is Michael Jackson Estate versus Heal the World Foundation. I support Heal the World Foundation. The president is Melissa Johnson and Mel. They've been running the organisation for many years. Melissa's been protecting Michael Jackson's properties, domain names, for many, many years. These domain names have been abandoned over the last 10 years. She's bought them all up, spent hundreds, in the region of 100,000 each time. She's gone and given them back to Michael. Michael's obviously reimbursed her for the fees. A year before Michael's passing, Melissa noticed that all of Michael's trademarks were abandoned. She became concerned. She tried to contact Michael's attorneys. She was told, go ahead and take care of it. She registered all the trademarks in her name for Michael to give back to Michael. By the time that process was over, Michael had passed away. She worked very hard to try and contact the family. No luck there. So she approached the Michael Jackson estate executors. She wanted to give all of this property to the estate, but her only one stipulation was she wanted to give it to the estate and the family. Because obviously it all belongs to the family and the estate. A lot of these trademarks are not just Michael, they're Jackson 5. She wanted to give all these back to the estate and the family, but John Branca said, no, we want this just for the estate. And she was not happy with that, so she declined and continued to try and contact their family, whereas John Branca came along and put an injunction on her. The estate were hoping that she would default, because where would a person like that get the money to go into a legal battle with the estate of Michael Jackson? I mean, they've got access to millions of dollars, whereas Melissa, she has not. So she tried for a year to try and contact the family, try and get legal backing, try and get funding. She asked for donations from her website, which is Heal the World Foundation. Eventually she did get to meet with the family. She has legal backing now, so she's fighting this lawsuit.
Who's giving her help with legal backing?
Howard Mann. Originally there was other people helping her, but since a lot of money is being involved now, somebody brought in Howard Mann to finance her legal battle. While we are here at the People versus Conrad Murray case, right across the street here is the federal building. Throughout the preliminary, while there were hundreds of media buzzing around here, not one of them reported what was happening across the street. Across the street was a court case with John Branca versus Heal the World Foundation. It's still ongoing. And what did happen in 2002, the foundation lost a lot of money. That's because a gentleman called Shamali, he's got a book out on Michael as well now. He misappropriated funds. So Michael did give up on Heal the World Foundation, but Melissa came along and she wanted to carry that on for Michael. Melissa Johnson contacted Brian Oxman, who contacted Michael Jackson directly. Melissa Johnson sent a huge book full of ideas, photos, memos, via Brian Oxman to Michael Jackson, and Michael's words was, yes, tell her to take care of it. So Melissa had direct permission from Michael Jackson to take care of Heal the World Foundation. John Branca has filed a lawsuit claiming there is no connection to Heal the World Foundation and Michael Jackson. That is a blatant lie.
And just to join you for a moment, the state is saying that Heal the World Foundation is a bogus foundation, but I know it wasn't, because I was working with them before Michael died, and you can carry on.
Thank you. Yes, Heal the World Foundation is not a bogus foundation. John Branca is aware there is connections throughout the years with Melissa Johnson and Michael Jackson, but he is lying to the courts because he wants all of the properties for himself, whereas Melissa is fighting for the family. She's giving all of that to the family, and the charity Heal the World Foundation, which in turn will be supporting various charities and causes around the world that were close to Michael's heart, as Michael did. She supports the old, she supports the elderly, the animal, the homeless, the abused. So basically she is carrying on Michael's legacy and Michael's dream in what Heal the World Foundation always was. All these deals that John Branca has been doing with Bravada, the shirts, selling the shirts, Michael's merchandise, he's doing this illegally. John Branca does not own these trademarks. This is fraud what John Branca is doing.
And who owns the trademarks?
The trademarks are all owned by Heal the World Foundation, Melissa Johnson.
And she registered them because nobody else was, right?
Melissa Johnson registered these trademarks because they were abandoned. She registered these trademarks. If she did not, they would have been taken up by various people in this country, around the world. They would have been separated. The estate would have been chasing hundreds of people in different countries, different locations, filing hundreds of lawsuits. She kept them all in one pool for Michael's family. The estate executors, they get a fee for what they do. I don't understand why they need to claim 10% on every deal that's made. This lawsuit that's going on with Michael Jackson Estate and Heal the World Foundation, this is Michael's money that's being thrown down the drain to finance this legal battle. How can you use Michael Jackson's money to go against Michael Jackson's charity? I'm hoping Heal the World Foundation win. I'm hoping Heal the World Foundation are able to prove that John Branca has been hurting the estate that he's supposed to be protecting, he's supposed to be acting in the best interest for, and I'm hoping the Heal the World Foundation sue John Branca for all these fraudulent deals that he's been doing around the world. I'm a private individual. I was a long-time fan of Michael Jackson. I've got various groups on Facebook. I have a website called teammichaeljackson.com. On teammichaeljackson.com I post legal documents. I sit in the courtroom, take handwritten notes, which I put up on there. The story about John Branca and Melissa Johnson, it's like David and Goliath. John Branca is the big powerful giant going after a very small person, but Michael and God are watching, and Michael and God are going to make sure Heal the World Foundation succeed in this. I want to thank Larry Nimmer for his dedication and his love for Michael Jackson. I know he's followed Michael Jackson for many, many years. I know he's volunteered a lot of his own time for free for Michael to let the world know the controversies that have been happening with Michael since the 2005 child abuse allegations. I don't speak to the media. The only person I speak to is Larry Nimmer and Associated Press. Mrs. Jackson has had no income from the estate, although the estate publicised that they have paid off for the house, they've paid off for the car, they pay expenses, but they have not given Mrs. Jackson cash. The reason I think this is because Mrs. Jackson was in the process of suing the estate to have John Branca removed. He basically left her broke so she would not be able to sue him. If it was not for Howard Mann signing the contract that he signed with Mrs. Jackson, which was to release a book, Never Can Say Goodbye, there would be no income for Mrs. Jackson. I don't see why the estate would have a problem with a mother of a deceased artist. I don't know why they would have a problem with her doing anything related to her son. You know, she lost her son at the end of the day. I understand they are estate executors. I understand they are supposed to look out for the best interest of Michael's business, but this is Michael's mother. If she's making, a few bucks from this, so what? You know, what's the big deal? There's, There's black market things all around the world. You know, go after them. There's so many domain names that are MJ or Michael related. Go after them. You know, why go after the mother of Michael Jackson? And I know, 1000% Michael would never have a problem with Mrs. Jackson doing this. So the estate executors should recognise that, and, they need to back off from her. She's over 80 years old, she doesn't need this. She's got the Conrad Murray trial to deal with. She's got the AEG litigation to deal with. She does not need, extra stress from the John Branca. There's a lot of controversy going around about Howard Mann. It's mostly information that's been put out by the media, which I suspect is through John Branca. Well, it is through John Branca. A couple of weeks ago, I learned from reliable inside source that John Branca has hired a PA company called Citrix. Various employees from that company are going into the social sites and bad-mouthing Howard Mann. They're leading the public to believe that Howard Mann was involved with pornography, which is a blatant lie. He has nothing to do with pornography. Various contracts have been leaked to the public to make Howard Mann look bad. The only people that could do this is the estate executors. Howard Mann has a lot of property that used to belong to Michael Jackson. There's a guy called Vaquero. He attended an auction. The auction was auctioning off of properties that were left in a storage unit that belonged to Michael Jackson. He purchased all of these items. No family member or Michael attended the auction, so Vaquero bought all these items that consist of music, photos, lots of other personal property.
Original Michael Jackson recordings?
Yes, original Michael Jackson recordings, original Jackson 5 recordings, hundreds of thousands of photos, many other personal items, letters, lyrics, a lot of personal items, personal furniture. Nobody attended the auction, so Vaquero bought all of these items that were in 2 storage units up. Michael Jackson did sue this gentleman for his items, but he was unsuccessful. He wasn't at the court hearing, so Mr. Vaquero won the lawsuit, and he's immune from further litigation. So basically it's his. He can do what he wants to do with it. Mr. Vaquero did contact family members to give him the money that he was out of pocket. He did want to give this to the family, but that didn't happen either for various reasons. Consequently, Howard Mann paid him the money to buy all of these items, so it belongs to Howard Mann now.
So Howard Mann came to her financial rescue?
Yes, Howard Mann has in fact come to her financial rescue. He's helped her to have an income. Melissa Johnson from Heal the World Foundation has come to her rescue. They're helping her financially, they're helping her emotionally. I'm shocked that John Branca would be suing Howard Mann. The items that Howard Mann has are immune from litigation, so the point of John Branca suing Howard Mann is not to get all of these items back or to stop him doing what he's doing. It is just to stop him aiding Mrs. Jackson. They should be happy that Howard Mann is helping Mrs. Jackson, whereas they are not. God bless Howard Mann for coming to Mrs. Jackson's aid, and I support him 100%. I support Heal the World Foundation 1000%, and I am confident they will win this lawsuit.